Hi, nice to meet you. How you doing
I'm
today?
good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So can you introduce yourself for me?
Well, I'm James Armstrong, professor here at Winston-Salem State University.
And I am Armani Vance, a social work major, junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. How was your day today?
Pretty good, not bad. It's good. I can't complain.
So how was your weekend? What did you do?
Well, I performed a lot this weekend. You know, very time consuming. Didn't get a chance to be home much, so it was okay though.
Okay. First, before we begin, we're just going to go over the confidentiality form. So this just states, we're glad you're here today for joining me, and we are not allowed to disclose any information to anybody about the role or situation that you may be going through, and keeping this interview between us, basically, and just sign off for it for me. The very bottom. Great. So during this interview, I'll be taking some small notes about what we'll be talking about. So, what brings you here today?
Well, just a little. I wouldn't say totally depressed, but I would say somewhat a little depressed about more or less finances. Not being able to provide adequately what you need to maintain a stable life.
So, would you say you would be struggling?
Yeah, a little. A little bit. Yeah. So I work more and work here at Winston-Salem State than work outside of Winston-Salem State. So, and then that adds a lot of depression when it comes to being at home and being out on the road more so than being at home. So that adds another level of stress to my life.
So, where do you work outside of school?
Well, I perform a lot, and which causes me to travel a lot, out of state, out of town, sometimes out of the country. So, although I like doing it, but it's still not enough to maintain stability as it comes to paying bills and things of that nature.
So, would you say you've been having these problems for quite a while now?
Yeah, a little bit. Just trying to find a balance. Just trying to find a balance, and it's kind of hard to find that balance.
Have you tried to solve your depression?
Yeah, I did. I tried to, find other means of finances and things of that nature, but then that adds a greater level of stress because I'm not at home anymore, and then that caused the home life to be in turmoil, and we don't want that. So, I'm just trying to find a balance, between finances and family, and just keeping your head afloat.
Have you tried discussing with your wife about your depression? How does she feel about it?
No, I guess because I'm more of an introvert, and you're kind of the first person I've talked to about this, and but I talked to actually you're the second person. I talked to my pastor about it, but I guess I do need to talk to her.
So what feedback has he give you?
Pray about it and try to find a balance. Try not to work as much and try not to put too much on your plate at one time, and just try to find that balance. He doesn't tell me what to do. He just gives me suggestions on how to solve that, and pray about it and see if that helps.
Okay. So you seem like you have been dwelling on this situation for a while. Do you want to go more in depth with it?
I can. I mean, but it's not. It's just trying to maintain a balance. It's not something that's causing me to break down, so to speak. But it is a concern that I have, and I want to address it so it doesn't escalate into something bigger. So it's just trying to find that balance, and I haven't found that balance yet. And so I'm just trying to see where I can just combine the two, my family life with my work schedule and the stress of being at work all the time and not being home and then not having adequate funds to do what you need to do. So it's just trying to find that balance, and so I need to really focus on finding that balance before it escalates and I have a nervous breakdown.
Okay. I'm really sorry to hear about that. Have you tried setting some type of goals or plans on how to fix these problems?
I guess I can do that. I can try to do that. Setting goals. That would be a good step. Step in the right. I guess I can do that.
So how do you deal with this on a day? Like after you finish your classes and practice and you go home, like what do you do about that?
I just kind of unwind by just watching TV a little bit and.
You watch sports?
I do. I love sports, and so I kind of unwind, just watch TV and just relax and play with the dog a little bit. But that's really not helping because I'm just masking the problem. I'm not really solving the problem. Just masking it and then just going about your daily routine. So
do you tend to overthink about it when you get home?
I do and I don't. I do sometimes, but once I relax a little bit and once I have dinner or so, then I'm calm. I leave it alone and just it comes back up the next day.
So how have you tried to solve it lately?
Just bring in more funds, so to speak, work more.
So you try to collect more hours, overtime?
Well, I try to do more performances. I perform professionally, so I try to do more performances and which it takes away from, like I said, it takes away from the home life. So it's just finding the right performances that will pay enough so I won't have to do as many. It's just like finding that job where you don't have to work 3 and 4 jobs. You just got one job. So it's just finding a balance.
So what do you think you're struggling most with? Like, do you need some type of resources to help guide you, like some type of food stamps or extra resources that I can lead you to?
No, I think I'll be all right once I just once I get that balance together. I don't think I need to use governmental assistance at this point.
Not yet.
Not yet at this point. I think I'm okay for now. I mean, I'm able to pay bills and stuff like that. It's just having that cushion in case of emergency. So, and that
something
can be stressful.
To fall back on.
Yes, and that can be stressful.
So what type of feedback or advice did your pastor give you besides praying about it?
Pray and just try to find that balance. Try to cut out different things in your life as far as monetary issues. Try not to purchase a lot of things, and if you try to cut off things so you can get ahead as far as finances are concerned. And he also said talk to your wife and make sure you guys are on the same page.
So when do you feel like you'll do that?
I think I have to do it this week. Since this is a Thanksgiving holiday, I guess I will have to do that. So.
Yeah, it's all about family.
Yeah.
Do y'all plan on going anywhere?
Yeah, we may go to my in-laws' home and we may do that, and or we may stay at home and just spend the day together. We'll decide once I get home.
So do you cook?
I do. I cook. That's how I got
with
it.
the Thanksgiving food?
So, no. So I mean, I had it in the past, but not this year. So.
Okay, so I'm actually going to give you this brochure.
Okay.
It's basically just some advice on the next steps on taking for your depression, other facilities that you can attend, also some places where you can actually seek financial help as well, and some support groups and other people to help you guide you along this way. So you just take a quick look at that.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you, what are some of your strengths?
Um, what are my strengths? My playing ability.
Playing ability?
Hmm
What do you play?
I play trumpet and bass. So my playing ability, let's see, my honesty, my perseverance. You know, once I set my mind to something, I get it done. So I think this is just a little minor glitch in the plan, but you know, I'll overcome it.
Definitely, definitely. And what are some of your goals?
Well, to be in a better financial place next year. So, you know, to be debt free. That's the plan. So that's why I think that adds to the stress because, you know, I set high goals for myself as far as economics and my place in my career. You know, eventually I want to run the department and or if not here, somewhere else. But I just want to be debt free and have some stability for my family.
So, since we're talking about depression, are there any things that are holding you back from solving your problems?
I don't think so. No. I don't know. I don't know. What do you suggest? I don't know.
Well, I feel like you should talk to your wife first, see what her insight may be, how you can overcome these problems, and basically, you know, also pray about it like your pastor said. And there always will be a different outcome on the other side. You just got to get through the storm to get to the brighter side, of course. I mean, there's no need to dwell on it because everybody, you know, go through some rocky situations in their life. So how do you feel by the end of this?
I feel better talking about it. You know, that's always good. You know, a lot of times that, especially males, black males, and we don't want to talk to any type of professional therapist, social work, or anyone to deal with problems. We kind of keep it in ourselves and deal with it ourselves. But it felt good to talk it over and talk about it.
So you think talking about your situation kind of relieves some of your stress that you may be having?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm very glad to hear that. So I will actually give you a call in about 2 weeks or so just to see how you're doing, and have you tried to accomplish the goals that you have set for yourself. And do you hang out with any friends or something?
No, I'm more introvert. I don't have a lot of friends. I have acquaintances, but I don't have a lot of friends.
Well, maybe you should try hanging out a little more, getting out, getting your mind off of some of the problems you may be having, or actually taking your wife out, having, you know, some quality time.
Yeah.
Okay. And I actually just want to thank you for coming today. And if you would like to talk more about it, just give me a call. I'm always one phone call away. And thank you. Would you like me to walk you out?
Sure.